All right, Kristen and Amanda, we're watching that storm as it comes on shore at Point Judith. This is the one that has been concerning us all the while. There has been rotation detected. What the radar does is it goes out into the storm and senses the environment around the storm. And if it sees that rotation, it'll send out a signal that it senses rotation. That could be signifying a tornado. That could be just rotation within the cloud. So far, there is no warning issued for a tornado. But just the fact that it has rotation, I think, is worthy of making a call that something is going on there, and it could be a dangerous storm coming on shore in Point Judith, which is right in southern Rhode Island. You can see the arc to the clouds, too, and sometimes the tail end, when you have this kind of an arc, a spin will form on the back end of that, as we saw, of course, on June 1st when we had a full-fledged tornado. But that is a vicious storm. We've been watching this for about an hour now, and all the while there's been this rotation detected, and it has been locked in. And as it gets closer to the radar site, which is in Taunton, you get a better sense of that rotation. Now, here's the key with these storms. And all these storms, there is so much rain here that the radar is having a hard time detecting what is rotation, what is spin, and whether it is even in the cloud. Because you have so much rain falling, it's obscuring all the wind around a possible tornado. It's what we call rain-wrapped tornadoes, and they can really be surprising, of course. You don't have a really good chance of a warning here because we can't really see them coming like 20 miles away or 40 miles away. They just descend upon you. And they're very quick, too. You can spin up a quick tornado, and it will be gone in 20 minutes. So it could hit a town and then pull away. It's very tricky, a very fluid situation, as they say, literally, and we'll be watching every one of these. And, of course, we'll pass along those immediate tornado warnings. But, again, there's not going to be a big jump, not a big lead time on any of those tornadoes if they do form here over the next couple of hours. Tornado watch is up for that reason. It goes across most of eastern Mass, includes the islands and the Cape, too. All but northernmost Essex County and also southern New Hampshire. We have severe thunderstorm warnings as well all across southern Rhode Island for that storm that is now pushing in, and also back into Connecticut, too. Expect these warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings, to start sprouting up here as we go through the afternoon southwest of the city and back around Rhode Island and also Rhode Island suburbs. And Chris Lambert is here with some more on the tornadoes watch warning and the difference between the two. Chris.
Yeah, that's right, Pete. Right now, most of us just dealing with rain working on in. We're watching those stronger storms. Pete was showing you the rotation on the one just south of Rhode Island. Some of those stronger cells will continue to move off to the north, but there's no imminent threat of a tornado. If we do get that, those warnings get upgraded to a tornado warning. I should say the watch gets upgraded to a tornado warning. In the meantime, we're just in this tornado watch, which means conditions will be or are favorable for some of the rotating storms to spawn a tornado. So we'll watch for that. Once you get into a warning, that's really when you have to take caution of that and move into your basement, lowest level of the floor of the house, I should say, away from any doors and windows, because if there is a tornado, in the small chance that you get that, you will be debris coming in, and that could break some of the doors and windows to the house. So we'll keep an eye on that. But right now, the main threat out there is just the rain. Pete was talking about some of the heavy rain. Rainfall rates at times 2 to 3 inches per hour when some of these stronger storms come in as well. And when we're noticing that working in, that will cause issues out there on the roadways. So it could be a slow commute home, especially some of the heavier and torrential rains start sliding northbound and encompassing 495 through the Mass Pike. And you can see some of these rainfall rates down through Newport, Rhode Island, stretching off to the northwest. Some of these reds indicating perhaps 1 to 2 inches per hour. There's a lot of moisture in the air, so we'll continue to track the possibility of flooding as the evening progresses as well. Back to Pete.
All right, Chris. Yeah, we'll watch that radar closely. And, of course, that's the concern here. All this rain as it comes in, where's it going to go, right? And the rainfall rate's 1 to 2 inches per hour, but you can easily get 3 or 4 inches per hour if any of these sit on top of you. I believe this is a new warning. Yes, a tornado warning just outside of Hartford that just popped up on our screen here. That's through 5 o'clock, so that particular cell. That one also was showing some signs of rotation, too, and that went up pretty quickly. So expect that to sprout quickly here going through the rest of this evening. So we'll be watching it every step of the way, of course. This is the time, too, where the rubber meets the road over the next 2 hours, folks. This is where you want to be locked on your TV screen, because we'll get it out quicker than we can get it out on Twitter and Facebook. I'll tell you that right now. 78 in Boston, 74 in Worcester right now, 75 in Hyannis, 80 in Bedford, and about 76 in Nashua. Dew points holding in the upper 60s to lower 70s. This is a very tropical atmosphere, so these thunderstorms have a lot of energy and a lot of moisture to squeeze out of the atmosphere. We're looking at some thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon, quickly on the weekend forecast if I have the time. A couple of thunderstorms popping up tomorrow afternoon in the humid air. Sunday now also may be a little wet, at least to start. and especially on the Cape. That's not looking like the best forecast for the Falmouth Road Race. Much more on that and the rest of the afternoon. Stay with us.
Okay, Pete, if you want to know when you need to get inside, when you want to get off the roads, just go to our website. You're going to check out the interactive radar. You'll be able to track these storms as they move across our area. It's at WHDH.com.
And speaking of the roadways, let's check traffic now. Kind of wet in some areas as that rain moves into the Boston region. Here's John Saucier.
Yeah, thanks, Krista. We've got an absolute mess going on this Friday right now. Let's go out to our camera shots and show you what things look like out there. And right now, it is very heavy and slow. This is 93 leaving the city. You're jammed from really downtown all the way up to 495 right now. So we check the scene downtown. Looks a bit ominous out there. Some of that rain coming down. And the Zachem Bridge, a mess out of the way.